Alzheimer's, what I forget to tell you, episode
20
already. Podcast 19. Because you always try to cut me off.
I do?
When I say that part, you say, don't bother with that. But, you know.
I'll never do it again.
Okay, look how many people. Wow, there's a crowd.
Hi, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. How has your week been?
How's my week? Well, okay. Yours?
Okay. I had a very eventful week. The tribe has returned. Everybody is in full effect. Everybody's on the mend. Feeling good. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Steve. And yeah, so I'm very happy because when the kids are healthy, hubby's healthy.
And it's March break. Don't lie. You're probably going crazy.
No, it's been good because the kids are in camp.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're learning.
Kids are in camp. So I haven't...
Those are old school tricks.
Yes. I haven't yet lost my mind. But, once I pick them up at 3, it's a short fuse. So, school's right around the corner. Excited about that. But no, it's been nice having them home. It's been nice having them healthy. So I can't complain.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good. We're waiting for... Well, what are we going to talk about this week? Why don't you introduce...
So a couple things. I know that you had been asked inbox-wise from a few people the difference between caregiving at home and caregiving in a nursing home. So I wanted to touch base on that. My sister, your cousin, is going to be calling in hopefully soon. She has her own experience with her father who is going through this journey of Alzheimer's himself, and he is in a nursing home. So we will hear from her shortly. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Joel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh,
and
there she is.
Oh, wow. Speak of the devil.
She didn't want to be on camera.
Hi, Sandy. Hi, Joel. Thank you for watching.
So, Sin, you got to turn your technology way down.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm all live.
It's like surround sound. I'm going to put you on mute. No, because I can still hear you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? How about now?
So you might
I'm
have
not even listening to myself. I'm just watching you guys in mute.
Okay.
So I was just introducing the podcast and the live feed this evening. We were talking about the difference between caregiving at home versus caregiving in a nursing home. I had just kind of briefly let everybody know that you were going to call in and that yourself is going through this similar experience with your dad having Alzheimer's and being in a nursing home. So would love to hear a little bit of your experience on that.
Okay, I don't know where you want me to start. Like, did you want me to start just telling you a little bit about how we got there?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So my dad, he's currently 84.
84.
We put him in a nursing home in 2004. But prior to that, he had been suffering with dementia-like symptoms, confusion, and things like that, as a result of a brain injury that he had in the 80s. So
Can we just pause you for a second? Can you hear Cindy? Can you let us know if you can hear Cindy?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
No, just asking our live feed right now, people who are tuning in, can you guys actually hear her?
Because she's calling in. She's not here.
So just anybody who's watching, just give us
say yes or no?
A thumbs up or some feedback. Can you guys hear? Vincent, can you hear her talking as she's calling in? Okay,
yeah,
great.
Okay, perfect. Okay, go on.
Okay, so it was our decision to put my mom and my dad in the nursing home in 2004 because my dad started to wander out of the condo that we had him living in, and it became a safety issue.
Right.
So my mom was also dealing with some physical illness, but it was mainly for my dad's safety. So my dad moved into a full-time, like 24-hour nursing home in 2004. And since then, he has slowly deteriorated. Sorry. He's still strong physically, but his cognitive functioning has deteriorated quite a bit since then. But that was the main reason why we had placed him there, was for his safety.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. So what has been the challenges, even though your dad is in a nursing home? Because we had spoken a little bit about that even though maybe your parent or loved one is in a nursing home, you're still the first point of contact. Mm-hmm. So what have been some of those challenges?
So I guess, okay, so first of all, the personal challenges that I have are more so the guilt, right? Mm-hmm. Because I can't take care of him the way that I would like to. I've got 2 young ones, and we moved away for a while, so it just wasn't in our capability to do that. So I do have a lot of guilt in terms of not being able to give him that 24-hour care. But from a caregiving perspective, one of the frustrations I have is that even though I am considered his caregiver and his guardian, I don't have a lot of control over the care that he gets, because he's with the nursing staff 24 hours a day, and the medical staff over there, the PSWs are with him, during the day, and so I see him not as much as I would like to, and so anytime there has to be a decision, they call me, or they send me a letter to let me know what's going on. So as much as I would like to be 24 hours hands-on, I can't, and the care that he's getting is somewhat out of my control in the sense of the day-to-day, operations.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess things like we were talking about, some things like for me, because my mom's at home, if there's a change, I can implement it right away. And with you that was like one of the biggest challenges you faced, because it has to go through, I guess, rules or policies or.
Yeah, so historically when I've asked for changes, like say for example, we had some issues. The other thing too, which I didn't mention, which I think is also important, is because he's in a nursing home environment, it's not only him, right? Mm-hmm. So he's got a roommate, he's got a bunch of other seniors that are living in the nursing home that have their own different challenges, and so you also have to throw those dynamics into play as well. So a few years ago we had an issue with my dad wandering into other people's rooms, and it started to become a safety issue, because it would either end up being that he would physically assault the person, or he would be physically assaulted, because he was confused, right?
Right.
So with all of that, and so I had suggested that maybe there needs to be more behavioral programs for him. And like you said, Karen, it's not so much like, okay, we're going to start tomorrow. Yeah. Like it had to be, we had to organize a care conference that had all of the individuals that were involved in his care. We had to go through all the proper channels in order to make sure that everything was in place. And even then, the only amount of follow-up that I could have done was the amount that I was able to give, right? Like they have so many residents that they have to take care of. They can't call me every day to give me an update on how the program went. So really when they call me, it's either because they need consent or something signed to continue some part of his care, or something has gone wrong. But if everything is going really well, then I don't hear from them.
Right. And the same challenges in the home, I have a caregiver full-time, but I still have supplementary hours from, it's not CCAC, it's the LIN now. Mm-hmm. And what does that stand for again, Sin? It's a Local Health Integration Network, I think. Okay.
Yeah, which changed all the regions. Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, same thing too. Like if there's a change that I'd like to make, you still have to have the same type of meeting. Like I'll have like the director and then the manager of the agency as well to make sure everyone's on board. So yeah, I understand that frustration.
Yeah, I mean, one of the advantages of having him in the nursing home is I know I'm not able to provide that intensive care that he needs. And so in that sense, I do feel somewhat secure in knowing that, he sees the doctor every Monday, and no one has to take him to the doctor. Like, the doctor goes there, and, his hygiene's taken care of, his food is taken care of. They monitor his, like, nutritional intake. Like, all of that stuff I'm truly grateful for. Like, I also don't want it to seem as if putting him in the nursing home is also like a giant burden. It's not. It's just there are certain limitations as a family member that we may not have in dealing with their challenges at, say, like what you're dealing with, Karen, because I don't have as much say. I mean, I do legally, but I don't. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, I understand. But, and to get back to the guilt thing, I think no matter what, I think it's just an innate thing that we have, because even though I have my mom with me, I always, no matter what, there's always that sense of guilt. Like, even if I have to step out for a second, it's always that thought, well, what if something happens? So I don't think you could ever get away from that guilt. Maybe it's the Catholic guilt.
Maybe. Or maybe it was my mom telling me that I dumped her in a nursing home.
Perhaps.
That also kind of contributes.
The subliminal messages, yeah.
I don't even think they're subliminal. They're pretty much right
they
in
were
your face.
Overt,
So.
blatant.
Right, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of things, but I think one of the things I am grateful for is because there's the challenges he is experiencing now. I think it's one of the things I love is that his staff is predominantly Filipino. So one of the things that has recently...
Yes, Cindy's Filipino.
So, yes.
She's not a wannabe Filipino. She's actually Filipino.
So as you know, like, one of the things that happens later on in the stages is that they sometimes will lose their ability to speak certain languages. So my dad no longer speaks English.
Right.
And so, which is a big communication barrier for me because I don't speak Tagalog. But I am truly grateful because the staff there will talk to him in Tagalog, and they're there, and so he feel like he can communicate with them a lot more. And if he was with me, I don't necessarily know what I would be able to do in that situation, other than make sure that maybe, the caregiver that I would have help take care of him speaks that language. But there's a lot of challenges I didn't really think were going to happen.
But that's really interesting because, with my mom, she it was aphasia, right? She lost her language completely. However, it's interesting that they do remember what they initially remembered, like his first language, right?
Yes.
So that's
actually an interesting. So when I go there and I see him, we don't really talk much because we have that language barrier now. But once in a while, I'll take one of my really good friends who speaks Tagalog, and when she speaks with him, it's amazing what he remembers. Like, he would tell her stories about, what he did, like, as a job when he was working, and he would talk about, his life in the Philippines, and it's absolutely amazing. Like, the things that I heard him talk about, and even his personality kind of changed, right? Because I think he remembered a lot of, like, he would tell a lot of things that I haven't heard in, like, years. But then when it's me and him, there's not a lot of dialogue.
So you have to learn a new language, Sin.
I know.
You're slacking.
It's hard.
You're slacking.
But see, the thing is, I try to talk to him, and he laughs at me, and then I feel all self-conscious because I'm like, yeah, I know, it sounds really horrible.
I know pong it. That's ugly.
Oh, that's great. That's not something I want to say to my dad.
Yeah, no.
So,
how about mahal kita? That's I love you.
That works.
Right.
That's a good one.
I'm bilingual.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you and I speak the same way. See, you know exactly the same as I do.
That's it. And pancet.
Oh, pancet.
And
yes.
lumpia.
Mm-hmm.
But those are foods, so
they
don't think they count.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I think those are the main challenges. I've had Oh, and then one of the things too, and if there's anybody that's watching that has their um, loved ones or considering their loved ones in a nursing home, especially the newer nursing homes that are multi-level, they do place your family member based on level of functioning. So on the main floor will be what you would consider higher functioning residents, and as you go on higher, then they're the lower functioning and almost dependent residents.
Is that also based on like security? So like
it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
in order to go into the elevator, you need to put in a code for it to go up and down. In order to leave the building.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Now the problem, the issue that arose with my dad was my dad and my mom moved in there together. My mom was the higher functioning person, so she would always watch over my dad. So my mom passed away in 2010, and at that time, because my dad was now on his own, they had considered moving him to the higher level, like the higher floors,
right?
Because of his functioning level. Now, in a lot of nursing homes, that would have just been the case. For safety reasons, that they would have just moved him up there. But because he was there for so long, the staff really advocated to keep him there on the main floor, because that change for him would have been so devastating that it would be like they didn't think that it would be good for his like day-to-day life. So they have kept him on the main floor, even though he is technically considered low functioning. So they have to have certain things in place. So there's an alarm on his bed, and there's an alarm on his wheelchair, so that if he tries to leave or tries to escape, the alarm will go off, and the nursing staff will know that, that he's trying to leave.
That's good, because there's a lot of mishaps that you hear about people wandering or getting out of the nursing home, which I don't understand, but I've heard of stories like that where I don't understand how, but people get out.
Well, what will happen sometimes? There was one lady that used to live there, and she was on the third floor, but she was historical, like notorious for like sneaking out. And so what would happen is, and then so on the main floor there's like a cafe and like a little like hallway with like the hairdresser and the main lobby and all that kind of stuff. So she would go down there in the morning, and she would dress in regular clothes, like not regular clothes, but like as if she was going out with her shoes. And when families would be leaving, she would just follow them out as they put in the code.
That's smart. That's really smart.
So then they had her picture up on the wall.
If you see this woman sneaking out with you,
don't allow her to leave, right? And so that was, and then I think that was before they put the keypad in the elevator. So they put the keypad in the elevator, which then now she can't go up and down the elevator without putting in the code either. But yes, they're very clever.
Yeah.
But with the alarms, everything has to do with consent, right? Because we're looking at government-funded agencies, and so everything to the down to putting in the seatbelt on the wheelchair, you have to sign a consent form every year to say that you're saying that it's okay to do that.
Well, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they do try and keep them safe as much as possible. And so, so the alarms are helpful. He doesn't wander anymore, but he, now he's very much just kind of just lies down or watches TV. That's all he does right now, so.
And how long has he had dementia?
That's a kind of hard question to answer, because he had suffered from encephalitis when I was 12, so back in the 80s, and that was very much like aphasia. So he was always verbally limited. from the brain injury. The confusion started maybe around his early 60s, late 50s, but then it deteriorated quite quick. The neurologist had said that it was probably due to the encephalitis because his brain mass had already depleted by 5% due to that brain injury.
Wow.
And so therefore, a lot of the confusion and the dementia symptoms, the onset was quite quick. But he was quite like independent as long as he followed routine for a while. When he became a flight risk was when he escaped the hospital twice when he was there. He left the apartment and we couldn't find him. And at that point, we decided that it just was no longer safe, and it was difficult for my mom also because he was very aggressive towards my mom when he was confused. So we had to worry about her safety as well.
Does he talk about your mom?
No.
Okay.
Once in a while he will, but he doesn't necessarily. He knows that she's no longer alive.
Okay.
But like he has to see a picture or something. I think that so I look very much like my mom.
Yeah, maybe he thinks you're
for those who
right.
know me.
Yeah.
And so even the last time I saw him, he he was sleeping, and so I was sitting at the foot of his bed waiting for him to wake up, and he woke up and he looked at me, and I think he thought I was my mother because he looked really scared. And then he closed his eyes and pretended to go back.
Please.
And so I left, and I felt so bad. I felt so bad. So I left.
I'm hallucinating.
Oh my God, it was horrible. So, so he doesn't. If he sees pictures of her, maybe. But he doesn't. When my mom first passed away, it was hard because with all of his limitations, he would repeat things over and over again.
Yeah.
So I would have to kind of relive that conversation like every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
She died. She went to the hospital and didn't come back. And then like 5 minutes later, he would start with the same narrative. And so that was kind of difficult. But one of the things I'm truly grateful for, and I don't know if this sounds insensitive or not, so I do apologize if it does, is because of my dad's level of functioning, he did not have to grieve as badly as the rest of the family.
Yeah, same as my mom. Same.
Right.
Yeah. So that is one good thing, I would think. Yeah.
So, but yeah. Any other questions for me?
Well, I think that was great. I mean, sharing another perspective, especially, somebody who's actively going through it, that's amazing. And again, for anybody else, any of the other viewers that are watching or will see this later, if you guys want to share your story as well, please inbox or even leave a comment, and we would love to have you guys call in same way and just share. It's always great in terms of learning from other people's experiences and perspectives and stuff, so it's definitely appreciated.
Yes, thanks a lot, because I know, and we have to try to get her on camera because she's
always ready.
No, but I don't understand how she's live camera shy.
I don't do live camera, no. Even this is kind of awkward because I don't know what I'm sounding like, so I don't even know if I'm going to apologize ahead of time if I don't watch the podcast later. So I do apologize. One day, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't understand. Help me understand.
You don't have that kind of time.
How are you I'm telling you, you can't get her unprepared, even if you have I'm
telling you, you don't have that kind of time.
Shut her. It makes
I will
sense.
come on. Okay, you know what? I will.
It's not logical to me.
I know. It's not logical to me either. It's just,
you can't say it's not logical to you. You're doing it.
But I will one day.
Okay.
If anybody does have any questions after, for me, I'll be happy to answer. One thing I didn't talk about, which is kind of outside of the scope of what we were talking about, is when we place them into nursing homes, what the financial.
Oh no, you do have to talk about that.
Do we have time?
Or should maybe we should focus on that next week?
Are you going to come back next week?
For a few minutes?
If you want to come back next week, I can come back next week.
Yeah, for a few minutes.
Like come back on camera next week?
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay, we'll talk about the financial aspects of the nursing home because that's very important.
And maybe even maybe you guys can do a comparison because you would have a great perspective of the financial aspect of taking care in the home, and then Cindy has that opposite perspective in the nursing home, so that people can get an understanding.
And what's involved when you take care of somebody in the home.
So, Sin, are you down for that? We can call you. Yeah. Okay, awesome. And then, we can start that off for the next podcast. And definitely, give that perspective to people who they don't understand what to do or they're confused in what the best way to do their stuff. It's a really good thing to be able to kind of look at both sides. So,
okay.
Yes.
Thanks for having me on. You guys are doing awesome.
Thanks, you.
Sin.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Okay,
all right,
bye.
see you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. So that was great. Again, I will tell you guys one more time, that is always warranted and appreciated. And, and we invite you to do that. I think learning from anyone going through this type of situation is of utmost value because we learn from each other and we learn from experience, right? So there's never too much information, I guess, when you're dealing with something like this.
No, because we're always learning all the time, right? Every day, every single day. It's a learning opportunity with this disease. They forget. Oh, why don't you do the reveal?
Oh, the reveal. The
You're
reveal.
wearing part of the reveal.
So
sneak peek.
We first and foremost the book. We haven't shown the book the past couple of podcasts.
No.
So again, available for your reading purposes and your purchase.
Everything is in here. Like, I'm not just saying that. Really, it's everything I had to look up. It's everything they didn't tell you. And it's very raw. Like, it's not sugar-coated. It's exactly what they forget to tell you. Even the unglamorous stuff. Okay, so that being said, you've gotten a few things together for this campaign. The WTFTTY it stands for What They Forget to Tell You. Alzheimer's, What They Forget to. That's the name of the book, obviously. And, you can purchase your own teas. Yes. Well, you have yours, too.
So there's that patch, if you guys can see it.
That's the logo.
I love it. Did you pick it?
Yes.
It's so nice. And then, of course, on the back, I don't know if you guys can see.
It's probably backwards.
Yeah, so it's backwards. What they forget to tell you. Crazy
really?
right now.
Like, I don't.
There's hats for sale.
But that's not
this is
not
my
the
hat.
Yeah, this is just her
This
hat.
is my custom hat.
And this is my custom hat.
We have a few different things, right? We're just showing you just so that you guys can have an idea. If there's something that you can see here.
Are we going to do the thing?
What's that?
The gangster thing?
Are we? No, we aren't going to, but you can. Wah. Come on, you gotta get. Whoa. Oh.
That's how you have to wear it. You have to wear it like,
where you can't see the person's eyes.
That's right. They don't know where you're looking. Like, you don't know if I'm looking at you.
Boy.
No?
No.
I think so.
Okay. Hats, teas, books can all be yours for the price of. No, I was gonna do a Price is Right thing, but it's not really fitting.
Don't do it.
Yeah, just inbox, guys. If you want your own, that'd be great because it's all going to a great cause. This one here is about to travel the world on speaking engagements for the book and for Alzheimer's awareness and her own experience. And of course, again, it's not free. So we are doing this campaign to help aid and assist in that adventure. Yes.
Nikki.
Picnic?
Yeah. She wanted to, I think she's actually here.
What do you mean?
Like
Here.
in Bolton, visiting her aunt.
Where is she usually?
And she wanted to have a dance-off with you.
Where is she usually?
Windsor.
Windsor. Well, where's Picnic? Where's Nick Pick?
I don't know. She's not here. Maybe she's on the 401.
Bring it, girl.
Remember she said she wanted to come on the 401 to see?
Well, you know where to find me.
She
I don't
wanted
run.
to-
I don't run.
She wanted to do a dance-off with
Let's
you.
do it. Let's do it.
I'm going to see her on Friday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So, again, let's not get sidetracked. Just to kind of...
Here we go again.
Just to end this live feed, wanted just to say thank you for everybody again for tuning in as usual each week. We usually see the same faces, the same names, and we're grateful.
And we have to talk about the amount of views and love that we've been getting. Even Avis is a fan of the podcast.
Avis Fabro.
And we've been, like, I think it's 14,000 views.
Wow. Like that?
Yeah, like
that.
that.
Jeez.
Yeah, like
Thanks,
that.
guys.
So, thank you very much. So, share. Sharing is caring. And let's get the word out.
Yeah.
So we can
make a difference.
do
Help some
something
people.
with this disease.
Absolutely.
We need a cure. It's time.
All right. That being said, let's not make this too long. You guys stay blessed. Have a great week. We will see you again, same time, same place, next Wednesday. Be blessed. Thanks for watching. Bye.